Hello everyone, welcome to the Gist Creep, the place where we talk reality. My name is Faith Job and I'm your host for today. And with me I have
Ayiba Buzimo.
I'm Mildred Talkable.
And I'm the justice.
Okay, so our topic for today is red flags in romantic relationships. What are red flags? Red flags are simply warning signs that indicate unhealthy or manipulative behavior, and they are not easily recognizable at first, which makes them very, very dangerous. But over time, they tend to grow bigger and they become more problematic. So before we move on, let's play a game. I call it Never Have I Ever. I have okay, let me just show you that. Give it to the last person, the next person. Okay. So now the question is, never have I ever been in a relationship that had red flags, or even if it's just one red flag, and you still stayed hoping that the person would change. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
So what?
So
Ask the
if you
question.
have, I
She's
have.
asked.
If you haven't, it's never.
Did you know I
You
have?
You
what
must. No way. There's no way. There's no way.
So
Must I
literally,
have?
almost everybody has I have. All right.
Yeah.
So moving on. So there's this saying that when people show you who they are the first time, you should believe them. But then there's also the concept of second chances, which is a topic for another day. That's a very broad topic. But for me, in as much as I'm very observant and I get to notice these red flags early on, there's still a part of me that wants to believe that this person can change through the help of the Holy Spirit, of course. So even when the red flags are very glaring, I still go ahead. I'm hopeful. But at the end of the day, what I saw at the beginning as a red flag, it becomes more obvious. Like I said at the beginning, red flags, if you're not observant, they're very tiny, tiny details, but over time it gets bigger. Yeah. So eventually, it becomes obvious, and especially if the person is not willing to change. I think that's where the main problem is. If the signs are there and they make adjustments, no problem. So at this point, I'm just letting the Holy Spirit take the lead, take control, and also try to exercise, we all have, not all, but I think we have what we call intuition, spirit of discernment. So it's also important that I exercise the spirit of discernment that God has already blessed me with. So what do you consider as a red flag, Mildred?
Why me?
Because you're wearing red. So
But that is very red also.
yours is pepper red. So what do you consider a red flag?
Okay, well for me, pride.
Pride.
Yes, pride is one of them.
Okay.
Yes, I think one of them. Pride and anger.
Yes.
Yes, anger I can deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So if getting to know you and while we're talking, sometimes of course you could offend the person and there's a way to react to the offense.
Mm-hmm.
It will tell you, this person has this
Some
spirit
anger.
of anger. Yes. Then pride. Some people meet you for the first time, they're talking to you and they really do not know you.
Mm-hmm.
But they've given you a rundown of their lives, history and all of that. They tell you how many houses they've built, how many cars. Don't tell me with time I should know for myself.
Yes.
Right? I respect you when I get to know it for myself. Then you come in to tell me I have 3 houses, I have this, I have that. For me it's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, so many things. Like you just said, anger. Like me, I'm a calm person.
Yeah.
I'm very firm, but I'm calm. My voice is calm. So if I'm
You're
with
a
someone
calm person.
if I'm with
your
someone that,
I just in my ask.
if I'm with someone that is like an aggressive, I don't like
Yeah.
aggression. I don't like too much
But
aggression.
don't
too much.
opposites attract.
Not in this case. Not in this case. I want you to be firm. Do you understand? But like anger, some people are always angry, and
Always
anger is a
angry.
very destructive energy.
Yeah.
When they are in that spirit, they just destroy
Destroy
things
things.
around. Then later, they now come to
Nothing good ever comes
same
out of
place, and they now start apologizing. I don't like that. I don't like narcissistic guys. Guys that is all about them. They always want to. The focus is on them. They're always talking about themselves. They forget you're even there. They'll be dragging mirror with you. Those type of guys are not my spec.
Yeah.
Then, guys that trust issues. Guys that are very jealous.
Okay.
I don't like
Yeah,
guys that are
jealous.
too jealous. They want you to keep affirming them because of maybe past relationships hurt or whatever. Yeah. So things like that.
Okay. the justice, the man of the hour. Okay, what about you? What do you consider red flags in relationship? Romantic
Okay.
one.
One would be over religiousness.
Ah,
Some people are too. I tell you the truth.
okay.
That's one. Then two, always talking about your ex. I think for me it doesn't really sit well.
Okay.
If you really think you want to move on, move.
Yeah.
Not like it won't come up, but some people are so conscious. You just know that this person might
Not
still
over.
there. It's
Sure,
not
not
over.
healed.
It's not over.
Yeah.
Maybe the person was the one that said it's over. They've not said that it's over. Then the one, another one would be, should I say it now?
Say it, please.
Okay. You're always conscious of what you do for me.
Like keeping records.
Conscious.
You keep record. You're
Okay.
like, okay, not the worker, you keep record. You count it. It's like
You
you're counting
remind-
it. Yes,
keep
you remind
reminding
me.
you.
The other time I was, the other time I did, the other time, is
And
the
some
big
people
turn
are
off.
so unforgiving because
They can keep records like that. They don't forget what you did.
Yeah.
So that's
One major red flag is people that give silent treatments. Like, I'd rather you
That's
yell at me
emotional
and tell me
abuse.
what the issue is. Let's,
Yeah.
write it out. Than you keep it within yourself.
Yeah.
How are you? Fine.
Meanwhile.
Are you sure you're okay? I'm okay. But they're keeping it. So even if people are doing other things, it's okay. But you
Yeah.
can see the resentment is seeping out.
Yes.
And sometimes they have plans. Like,
Hey!
they have
But not
plans
all-
sometimes.
But not all the time, though.
No, that's why I said sometimes they have
The
plans.
thing
Like you
about
don't know.
not speaking about it, that thing will come out. And it will come out when you don't plan for
Yes.
it. So it will not be like an outburst.
Exactly.
And controlling guys too. I don't like
Yeah, and okay, I just remember
I don't
something
like this
now.
your friend. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
like this your. You can tell me, this is your friend, I don't like her. But don't tell me, I don't want you to be friends with,
With
this
the
your
person.
friend.
Another one is not in a, you said in a romantic relationship, when we can have like conversation. In my relationship, I like what I call the center table. We'll talk.
If I can't have
We don't have, when we don't have
with you,
conversation, I don't even care if he's intelligent
oh
or
my
not.
God.
Let us just have a conversation.
Some guys are
Just
dumb.
converse.
Sorry, some guys are shallow.
When you
Just
say
wanna
some
talk
guys
about
are shallow, just say some
whiskey,
people. I'm
David-
more comfortable
I'm a
when you
girl.
say some
Am I
people.
dating girls?
That's a red flag for me now. When all you want to say has to do with your other gender,
Well,
especially when
I'm
it's negative,
specifying,
Yeah.
sorry.
it's a red
Some
flag for
people
me.
are shallow. Some people can engage
People
in
better, yeah.
conversations.
In the
Conversation.
But there's a way you can just flow. I would see that, okay. But over time in the relationship, you should be able to.
Because even in relations, sometimes I, want to talk
I
about
think when
nonsense.
guys
Too. But you
get-
should be able to meet me at.
The thing is, some people feel that because I don't know about this thing,
I
shouldn't
cannot talk
I can't
about
say.
it.
Yeah.
But you also forget that after the other person has spoken, you can get something out of that
Of
and
course.
make something up and
Yeah.
just say
Common
something.
sense.
Yes.
Or even ask questions.
You'll be
Yeah,
looking
sometimes you
foolish.
don't have to even know much, but you ask questions. Ask
Yes.
questions.
Yes,
So this is
you
how this
get
is.
Intelligent questions.
Yes, intelligent.
Because there are some kind of questions you ask, especially when you get angry and you ask.
No, I don't like people like that.
I've
No.
already said that you're still asking
I-
me, you know?
No, that's different.
So intelligent questions actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think red flags in a relationship would be someone who lies for no reason. In fact, lies generally are not good, but you know, there are sometimes like, oh, if they come and explain why they said this thing, but you just lie for no reason. Because to me, someone who lies is someone who can cheat, and someone who can cheat is someone who is just not faithful in, little things. So I just feel like it's going to reflect in not just our relationship, but even how you deal with
Mama's
other
boys.
people.
You don't like them?
Mama's boy is a red flag, actually. If you can't make a decision for yourself, you
But
always
if
have
mama
to.
loves you, what about that?
Mama can love you, baby, but there's a line.
No, what I'm saying is mama loves you like their
Girlfriend.
girlfriend. Mama loves you, so she doesn't have a problem with because I know
When I
the
say
ones
baby
Mama
mama,
cannot.
a guy that can't stand my mommy, my
Can't.
mommy, my
That's what
mommy.
she's saying now. What
That's
if
what
that
I'm
your
saying.
mommy now
Mama
loves you?
and she's always in your favor.
It
Like
doesn't matter.
This,
just don't.
one day she will not be in your favor.
Exactly.
even if she doesn't love
It's
you,
just
she
not
loves you. There.
attractive.
Some days, of course, it won't be there, but
Okay.
sometimes it could always be in your favor.
But
She
but
loves you.
but,
attractive.
but there's
You've
also
not
nothing
stepped
wrong for
into
a guy
being
to
a man.
love their.
Because
You're
you're
still
still
a
under the
boy.
shadow.
But why is it okay for a girl to say I'm a mama's girl and it's not
Do you know,
right
even
for
me,
a
sometimes when
guy?
I say mommy outside, I feel somehow.
Why?
I just
Is
feel
it
like
not your
I'm
mommy?
a tata. Like,
So
mom,
a tata?
like now I work with my mom, so now I feel like when I'm outside, I say boss. Like,
No,
yes,
that's
ma'am.
that's
Okay,
a
so what would
different
it
you-
just
thing.
makes me feel like a small
I'm
tata.
always going to be my mama's baby.
Like a handbag.
And that's, you know, the
Then
funny thing, that's how she's always
imagine
going
being
to
with
see
a
you.
guy.
So it's not, I don't think it's that much of a big deal, but yeah, that's a red flag for you.
It's
All
a
right.
red flag. Nice.
So my next question now, what's going to be your next line of action when you notice these red flags? Are you going to like, stay and give them a second chance, or are you just going to like, japa,
Now,
straight up?
It depends on the red flags. So
Okay.
when I was younger, like you said something about intuition.
Yeah.
I heard it clearly. This would be the one that would scatter everything. That would ruin everything.
When you hear
First of all, I didn't know
clearly,
what that voice was. So
Okay.
I didn't listen to it. It was very small, it was very faint. But now obviously I know that
Holy
maybe
Spirit.
intuition, Holy Spirit. So now I would listen to that voice. So it depends on the red flag.
Okay. Like for example,
So
what
for
red
example,
flag are you willing to give a second chance, and the one that is like a complete no-no?
complete no-no would be controlling behavior.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not going to try
Be-
to
okay.
mold a man. You're too old for that. You should have been molded.
Yeah.
So maybe, what can I?
What can you give a second chance? Cheating.
I wanted to say lying because everybody lies once in a while.
Once
but
in a
it
while,
depends
yeah.
on the kind of lie.
If it's too frequent,
If it's too
then
frequent, if it's your personality traits, then
Yeah.
Ha.
I'm not about that life.
okay. Mildred, what about
Of
you?
course, I knew you were going to call me.
Before.
Okay, well, for me, it depends on the red flag, as I said.
Yeah.
There are some things that I won't, I won't condone
it.
at all. Then there are some that I feel that yes, I can change. Okay, let's talk about anger. Is a no-no for me because
Yes.
that one I cannot. I can because before I may even want to change you. Maybe I've gotten a
you
swollen eye or something.
And I notice that
You
different
don't
people
change
bring
people.
out
you don't even
different
change
sides to
people,
you.
so that
Yeah,
one
that,
is
that angry person can make you angry as well.
Yes,
Anger is a spirit.
Yes.
though.
it's the
Yeah.
spirit. They will make you,
Yes.
before you
because
know
you'll
you
even be
move.
happy when they're always yelling at you, they're hitting you.
One
and
day
all
you
that.
just
Something
retaliate
somehow.
and do something crazy.
Yes, so for that one, I will
Yeah.
run away. I won't, But for the pride thing, I think I can talk to you about it. There are ways I can try to see. Oh, you don't need to just
You don't
calm
need-
down.
yeah.
I'm just getting
The
used
person
to
might not
know
even
you.
know that
Yes,
that's what they're doing.
but there's a way I will respond to you. You will know that she's not in for this kind.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to know you. Can we take it easy, please? Yes, and with time, you now get to understand that it's something I wasn't comfortable with. That's why I decided to stop it or end it from the beginning.
Yes.
So for anger, is a no-no, but for pride, I can deal with.
Okay. The justice.
Okay.
You look like you're thinking.
No, I'm just trying to meditate on what she said,
Okay.
It's funny how, from your own angle, it's funny how sometimes it's you trying to tell people how proud they are. You might just discover that you yourself,
Yeah,
I'm so proud.
you get pride, that make you notice those things. But I think people talking about what they have or what they've acquired,
Yeah.
sometimes maybe it depends on the way they say it. Sometimes, if you go deeper, just like you said, they no, say now, it no make sense. But most times it's nothing. It's something they like to talk about.
I feel like it also comes from a place of insecurity.
Yes.
Trying to
Yeah.
They're trying to show
yourself
up.
from
So
that
maybe
point.
because there's a way a guy, I'm talking from an angle of a guy, there's a way a guy will respect this lady, and it's a privilege for him. I'm talking about the first stage now to have you, maybe people are in a dinner, so they want to merge up. Unconsciously to them. Yes, unconsciously to them that you're perceiving it as pride.
So they want to tell you something that they feel should hold
Hold
you back.
you.
No,
Yeah.
for you
Your
to,
level.
yes, to look at them big.
They're
And
not confident enough for me.
Yeah.
No.
hold
That's
on,
what I'm saying.
I dey come, I'm not
Seriously.
done. Oh. Unconsciously to them, you're seeing it like pride.
Even people that drop names. Oh, I was with so person the other day. I was with so person the other day.
I dey come.
They want you to see them
Now,
in that light.
another thing is, they are coming from a past relationship. Probably those are the things that interest the person
The
they
other
were
person.
with. So they feel now they've carried it, and in their mind, okay, fine, this is what goes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think in that space you should have that conversation. I like conversations a lot because conversation. If I cannot have, back to my own now, if I cannot have a conversation with you, tell you some certain things, I think is a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Then the red flag I cannot deal with, I will run.
Immediately.
When I mean run, I will run in a good way, like not like this.
Okay.
I will just leave you with a word, not to insult you, not to talk you down, but something that will help you
Yeah.
in case of you meet somebody. Then I give you a space. We can just be friends.
Can I ask you a question? What's
that's-
one red flag that is it's not really a red flag before you use a red flag. Like, it's not really a bad thing before you use a red flag.
Someone who is not a believer, sorry.
That is not a believer.
It might not be a red flag for some people, but if
Yeah,
you
but
don't
for you,
believe
yeah.
in Jesus, that it's red flag for me.
For
that's a red
me,
flag.
it would be
Serious one.
someone that is almost everything I do is not what you're interested in. I don't need you.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay, can I really think of it here right now?
I mean, someone that is too quiet.
Aye, this word, maybe playground, everybody jump. Leave people at their quietness.
Like a quiet guy is good, you can make him fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we don't want to take too much of your time. So what would you say is the gist of the day? What are your final thoughts, your advice to the people watching?
I just think, as you said, you need to have conversations with your partners. I feel like some people are just dating, but they don't really talk. They're not really friends.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to have conversations, talk about these things. Oh, babe, this thing you did, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like me when I was younger, I didn't really used to have conversations. I was just you, I'm done. Once you just me, say listen, like, no go walk. In my mind, I know I've broken up.
Yeah.
But you need to sit down and have conversations, because if you can't have conversations, then you don't even have a future together. So that's pretty much it.
How about?
Okay, for me, I'll say that, well, red flags are not good, but doesn't mean that you should expect that everybody is here on the street should be perfect, because they're actually not perfect people. So you should also give room. Of course, the ones you can't deal with, you just keep off completely. But there are some that you can manage, you can deal with in a place of prayer, talking with them, and advising them, encouraging them, and all of that. So don't expect that you're going to find a 100% complete man or woman out there.
Because you
Give room. Of course, you too. You all have a red flag that they don't like also. Yes, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So just give room for change too. But there are some that no-go areas.
No-go areas like what? Please, let's talk
Well,
about
for me, mine may not be yours, but those ones you think are no-go areas
physical
for you.
abuse, please run. Carry
I
your
heard some people like it. Yes, someone told me that.
But
there's-
physical abuse,
yes.
before it gets to that point, there are red
That's
flags.
That's
No,
where
but
the anger
I
thing
heard there are
comes
some
in.
people who they like when the man beats them.
Yeah.
and
He
all of that.
good?
Yes.
He
But
good?
it's not
Mentally
good.
now,
It's
what do you
not
mean?
good. So what would you do? It's not
just-
right.
Jesus beat us.
Just
Jesus
your
will
final
love us.
thoughts.
Okay, for me, I think red flags, watch out for them.
Yeah.
And be conscious enough to, when you see them, talk about it. You understand? Especially when most relationships, me and most of my relationships don't start from dinner. So if you're privileged enough to have a dinner settings where people will discuss and share those things, don't be too quick to begin to share things you don't like, because some people might hold back.
Yeah.
So allow people, I don't know how you would do it.
Right atmosphere.
Right atmosphere where people will be free. That's why I like conversations. It has a way of, then when they begin to talk, we need to watch the ones that you yourself, you cannot put up with.
Yeah.
Be open, be real with the person. You're this, I can't put up with this,
Yeah.
move. If the person really wants to change, they begin to follow you up and say, okay, fine, I've heard this, I want to change. Give people second chance. So.
I heard something somewhere
second
like when you
chance.
create your standard, the right person will
Meet up.
Meet up.
they will jump if they have to.
I disagree with you, sorry.
I agree with
So
that.
my final thought is, first of all, you need to know yourself. If you notice, I asked what do you define as a red flag. So you need to know yourself. You need to know the things you can take, the things you're not willing to, like, set your own standard. If you like them to knock you, no, it's not a good thing, I'm joking. But in all honesty, just set your standard, know what you want in your space, what you can accept and what you're not willing to. Because at the end of the day, if you see these red flags and you want to turn a blind eye and you get into that relationship and it turns into marriage, you're going to just be unhappy for the rest of your marriage, because these are things that it becomes even worse when people start living together. All right? So we've come to the end of the show today. Thank you so much for staying with us till the end. Please share in the comment section your thoughts on today's topic. What do you consider a red flag in a relationship? And if you see these red flags, are you going to stay back or will you leave the relationship immediately you notice them? Until next time, please do well to subscribe to Axis TV. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.